Welcome back guys to another Zero DTE video, and today Coach Ernie is going to be talking about profit management, so make sure you stay tuned. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, check out the link in the description to find Coach Ernie's school community. Enjoy guys.
Yesterday, I had a 30 wide fly, cost about $300, and it went up off of that structural level that we had yesterday, and it went up about $100 on that run up, and then it went down. At what point do you initiate profit management? Do you need a certain amount of money to go up and then you don't want to go down anymore? Or exactly what kind of a framework do you have on that?
You've probably seen me say that the range of profits that you're going to take in that zone outside of the profit tent is somewhere between 25% return on your risk and 250% return on your risk. So just follow my logic here. So if your initial tolerance zone is about 50%, that would imply that you need about 50% of your total risk to start initiating your profit management. So if you had 50% of your total risk and you had a 50% tolerance, that means you'd go down to 25%. And 25% is where I'm saying is the low end of what you should be taking. So in other words, once you've achieved about 50% of your risk, then you turn on your profit management.
Right, because I was only up to about 33% of the total risk at that point.
But it was $300?
The risk was $300 on it. It was a 30 wide fly, and the unrealized profit was $100.
Yeah, that's almost noise, quite frankly, because it could be like jumping.
Right. I let it go and it went to a full loss because it went down, but I just wanted to know if there was any other parameters or whatever that you would put in there.
Yeah, $100, that's pretty close. But I can see it being on a trade like that. You can see that just little movements. It could go up to $100 and then 2 seconds later go down to $40, jumping all around. So then you have to make some kind of judgment. Is this really a solid $100 or $150? Or is it just jumping around because that's where the spread is? The spread's really wide and that profit curve's jumping around.
Okay,
that's a really hard one to judge, but
yeah.
What I look at is I'm looking at the spread. And if it jumps up to $200, then down to $100, $200 down to $100, I'm going to probably look at that and say that's about $150 as opposed to saying that's $200. Because you see that all the time. It's like just moving all over the place. The other thing you have to remember is that when the platform is plotting that out for you, it's a model. It's not even like necessarily real. It is estimating where it is and then drawing the line there.
So Ernie, I've been thinking about today, when you get into a trade, whatever level, and you say, this is the spot I want to be in, you go into it at that spot, and it almost immediately continues to move full and down. And obviously you end up paying too much for it. So you're in a negative position right now. Do you then on your risk management look at it and say, I'm only going to give up a certain percentage of that?
No, my risk management is defined before I even make the trade. After that, the only thing I think about is profit management.
Okay.
So if I enter a trade, got to have pretty good reason to get into a trade because I'm looking not to get into the trade.
Yeah.
The good reason is it's hit a level, probably hit it a couple of times, got a divergence, looks all solid, and like that level is showing some level of support or resistance. I get into the trade. As soon as I get into it, then it drops. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot to me. As soon as you get in, then it drops. And you're going, ah. So then my next thing is, okay, I've already got my risk defined and I'm fully prepared to take this full loss.
Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button below. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, remember to check out the link in the description for Ernie's school community.